Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, I will actually show you the form validation example inside React.js application using a specific form validation library specifically made for React.js, which is Formik and Yup. So these are two different libraries. Formik is used for displaying the error messages. So if I have this form right here, which we have developed using React Bootstrap. So we have these fields right here: name, email address, password, confirm password. If you don't write these fields, you will receive these error messages appearing at the bottom side. Name is required, email is required. If you write these, the it will go instantly, and it will change the error messages dependent upon whatever you are writing. So it will show invalid email address because we haven't included @ symbol. So if you just see, now it is correct, but you can even see the password must be at least 6 characters. If I don't confirm the password, it will say passwords must match. So all these error messages, I will show you how to configure this. And let me submit the same password. Click on submit. You will receive your data, form data, in an object. So this is a complete example that I will show, and let me show you the libraries that we are using for this. So I already told you we are using Formik, which is a library useful for displaying error messages in React.js. So it is a React form validation library. It's almost 3 million weekly downloads. So this is actually the command. They do have their own official website as well. So build forms in React without, you can see, it's an open source library for React and React Native. And there is a second package we are using, which is Yup, YUP. It is specifically used for schema, for specifying whatever schema that you have inside your form. So it basically have name must be a string, age must be a number, email must be an email. So it has a pre-built methods available. It has almost got 8 million weekly downloads. So this is a command. Apart from that, we also need to install React Bootstrap for building the user interface. So these four packages are required: React Bootstrap, Bootstrap, Formik, and Yup. I've already installed these four packages. So now I will start building the example. So just make a simple functional component, and we will import the modules. First of all, we will be importing Formik, which will be imported from Formik library. It also has form, field, and also it has error message. These four components are there. And secondly, then we need to import the whole library. We say import star as yup from yup. Then also we need to import bootstrap. There are components available from React Bootstrap, importing it, and the CDN file. That's all. All the source code will be given in the description. So now we need to, in our React.js, we do need to initialize some variables. First will be an object which will be keeping track of the initial values. So inside our form, we will have four fields. First is the name, then we have the email address, and then we have our password and confirm password. For the sake of this simplicity, we are taking these example here. So all the things will be empty. You will see all these four variables will be empty whenever you load the application. Now we just need to, inside your JSX, we just need to make the simple form inside the container. We will give it a class name of, so these are all bootstrap classes, and inside your h1 you will simply say React form validation with Formik and Yup. And inside this we will design the form. So inside this row tag, so we'll align it in the center position, so it'll give this bootstrap class to it. Justify content center. So we'll give it a property of medium to 6. And inside this we'll use the Formik tag. So this takes 3 options. So first, whatever is your initial values. So I've defined this object. Secondly, it takes the validation schema. Validation schema refers to which fields you are storing inside your form. And then it takes the third property on submit. So whenever you submit your form, we do need to define a custom function. So we will need to define this function and this validation schema. So inside this is not close it. Inside this, we will define the actual form. So now we need to define these two things right at the top. So this validation schema. So this will be a yup object. So it contains this method object. And here we need to specify the fields which we are storing. So we are storing the name, which will be a type of string, and it should be required. We'll be chaining this, and the error message when it is not submitted, name is required. And we'll also be attaching one more validation method, minimum characters should be 2. So it will show that the name must be at least 2 characters long. So in this way, you can chain different validations for your fields. Then we will be having the email, which will be of type string once again, and we'll be having this email validator. So it should be a valid email address. So if it is not, then we're showing invalid email address, and it should be required. So it is saying email is required. Then we have the third field, which is password. So again, it will be a string field, and it should be required. So password is required, and also it will have minimum method. So password must be at least 6 characters. So these error messages, we are just defining it in this validation schema. And then we have the fourth field, confirm password. Once again, it will be a string value, and one of is actually a function. Inside this, we provide the reference. So whatever is your name parameter we have defined. So we are checking that this should be matching. So this actually means that both the passwords should match. So we are defining this reference, and then if it doesn't match, then we should display this error. Password must match, and then it is required. Confirm password is required. So these are the 4 fields which we are having in the validation schema, and then we need to define this custom function on submit. When we submit the form, we will get the values in this variable, and we will get this reset form property as well in order to reset the form when the form is submitted. So this is actually your callback function which will be called. So now inside this, we do need to define the actual form, because if you refresh your browser, you will receive nothing will be displayed. We do need to define the actual form. So right here we will have the property which is submitting pass, and here we will define this actual form. So is submitting is actually a property which is automatically passed in this Formik object. So it is automatically handled by Formik and yup. So this variable will automatically be passed, and inside this we will have the actual form. So we are using React Bootstrap components for building it. So first of all, we're having a simple field. This is all HTML, so I will just paste it, not waste time. And so it is just having a simple field. We have given a name parameter which is required, and these are all Bootstrap classes. So we have a simple form label. So it is now appearing it. This is a name. And now to show the error message, we would have to use this error message component, which is imported from, we are importing it from Formik. And here we can define the name parameter, the same parameter that you given right here. This needs to match. So I will just type name and whatever component we need to render out the error. So this will be a simple div component, a simple div tag, and we'll be attaching this danger class of bootstrap. That's all. So this is all, and similarly we will have a second div, and the error message is associated with it. So we'll repeat this for the email address. Same thing. We are doing the same thing right here. We are given the name parameter. Now this is email. Type is email. And for the error messages, name parameter is same, if you see. And we are again rendering out in a div. So now we have the email as well. Same goes with the password, confirm password as well. So what I will do, I will just simply paste it. So two more fields are added, password, confirm password. Lastly, we just need to have a submit button to actually submit the form. So we'll just give it text center just to align the button in the center position. So button, so using the bootstrap button component, and the type parameter will be submit. Variant will be the primary button, which is a blue color, and the button will be disabled depending upon the property is submitting. It's a Boolean parameter, either it can be true or false. So when you submit the form, the button will be automatically be disabled. So the label of the button will be submit. So we have the submit button appearing in the center. So if you don't write anything, try to submit the form, you will actually see automatically these error messages will show like this. So if I write the name, the error message will go. You can see invalid email address. So if I write the valid email address and write password must be at least 6 characters. 1 2 3 4 5 6 3 4 5 6. So I think this is the validation schema that we declared. So password is minimum 6 characters, if you see. So now if I click the submit button, if you want to show the information as well, in the on submit, what you will do, you can basically alert the information, convert this into json.stringify, and basically pass the actual values like this, and then we can reset the form, clear out the fields. This function is provided right here in this. You can see you can call this and all the fields will be resetted after you submit the form. So in this way you can do very easy form validation using Formik and Yup. So all the data will be printed out whenever the user submitted data. This is a very handy library, guys, Formik and Yup. You can specifically build for React.js form validation. I've shown you a complete example from scratch in this video. So thank you very much for watching this, and do check out my website as well, freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of tools regarding audio, video and image, and I will be seeing you in the next video.